Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, so we do have one executive session, and that is for personnel, correct? Is there any need to, I guess we have a second. We now have a second personnel that we need to add. Well, that's separate though. That's not part of the select board. That wouldn't be
Well,
part
you
of.
recessed it to the select board.
Okay, all right, so I guess then three, so legal, one legal, two personnel. Any further need to amend the agenda? Well, sorry, I do actually, sorry. So I just want to make sure it's clear too, because we've had Caverly on the agenda for the last few meetings about the building and first right of refusal, but a kind of like an expansive, I'm hoping that there's some other Caverly discussion we'd like to have tonight around. I think it still fits under that agenda item, but I'm not sure if we need to, it's not just the letter, it's just discussing the school board's decision to move it. So I'm not sure if we need to add another, a new agenda item. Okay, then I'm gonna add, so I'm just gonna add, Caverly discussion, under new business. And did someone, okay, did you start this? Any further, okay, all in favor say aye?
Aye.
Okay. Anything on, so we have select board minutes of January 7th and 12th. I guess the only, well, I am gonna be picky about the Caverly discussion we had last time, because when it says that I stated that the OVUU voted to move the activities from Caverly to Lothrop, I just wanted to be specifically say the preschool program. Yeah. Other than that, I didn't have any corrections. Anybody else?
And that won't affect the signature page, so you're good to start.
Okay, cool. All right, town manager's report.
Just a couple of highlights. The town report went to the printers today. Huge thanks to Corey and Dolores. They were an amazing help.
Awesome.
And we did hire a part-time administrative assistant.
Oh.
And I feel really bad for her because the first 3 days, all she did was type budget numbers in
Oh.
to the town report.
Can we have her name, please?
Her name is Leslie Gandon. She is from Mendon.
She just started this week.
She seems to be fitting in well. And I did attend the Rutland Regional Planning Commission future land use mapping meetings both on Wednesday and Thursday last week. And I am somewhat optimistic some changes can be made to this mapping to benefit Pittsford, and they have updated our availability to be able to see side-by-side comparison, so I don't have to flip between two maps. Devin showed it to the Board of Commissioners last night at the Rutland Regional Planning Commission Board of Commissioners meeting that I attended. Our Vermont bond bank bond from the 2024 March vote will be coming to you for signatures either the end of February or beginning of March, so that March 12th we can have that finalized behind us, which will be good. And then Denise from Secretary of State's Office of Record Retention came down on January 14th and worked with Dolores to go through our vaults and storage. She's going to write up a suggested list of things that we should be doing to update our records and our filing systems and that kind of thing. So
Okay.
she was very, very helpful. The rest of it.
Okay. Thanks. Any questions for Ann? Okay. All right. Any select board member remarks? All right. Old business. So again, so
Yeah,
Gary. Oh. Yes, public comment. I'm sorry. Yes.
Hi, I just wanted to introduce myself. I'm Kevin White. I'm actually one of the Pittsford representatives for the Otter Valley School Board. And so I just wanted to let you all know that I had, initially been appointed to a vacant position, so now I have to run to keep it. So this was in August that I was appointed. So I'm running this time around to keep the seat on the Otter Valley School Board. So there are, there's a signature petition outside.
Oh, good, it is here?
Yeah, I would invite people to
Yeah.
sign to support my.
Is it down at the end of the hallway with the other?
It's actually right here.
Oh,
we moved
okay.
up to this
It was down there.
All right, great, yeah, I'll make sure I sign that.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So, and Kevin, I'm not sure if you'll be able to answer this, but, so our third Pittsford rep resigned.
Yes.
Do you know how much longer he had on his term?
I'm not, he was up for re-election, so he was going to be running.
Right.
So his seat's vacant now,
Yeah,
and it's an at-large position.
okay.
So there are
Oh,
three,
okay.
there are 3 at-large positions that are currently open, so that's another thing.
All right.
We have only 2 people out of 13 on our board who are
Yeah,
from
we need way
Pittsburgh.
more Pittsburgh
Yeah,
people on the
we need
school
more.
board. Anybody interested?
Yeah. But the thing about that is that you would have to have 60 signatures by Monday.
Okay, no, that's good to know. I don't know if everyone heard that. If you are interested, you need 60 signatures by Monday. And
Yeah.
that town clerk could help you with the form, the petition sheet you would need.
Yep.
And then, well, that's okay. I didn't realize Paul's was an at-large, because I think if it was a Pittsford seat, the select board could appoint.
Really? Is
I
that true?
believe
Yeah.
so. That's what I was,
Nope.
that's why I didn't know if you knew that. I feel like that's,
Brett and I are the 2 Pittsburgh
yeah,
representatives.
okay, all right, thank you.
Sure.
Okay. Any other public comment?
I guess I just have a question.
Yeah.
Are you open to comments when you continue the meeting, or is this?
Oh, yes.
Okay, I was gonna say.
I don't run it like the school board. I let people talk.
Oh, that's good to know,
We
too.
really appreciate that.
I know. Well, it's frustrating when you go to the school board today,
I
she
agree.
doesn't let you talk.
I
That's
agree.
okay. Egregious violation of all kinds of things. Okay, so let's get back to select board letter. So we have discussed for, I don't know how many meetings now, when, because they've been talking about closing Cavalry since they started budget discussions back in October. And we were very clear that if they were going to close it, we wanted the building back. They of course voted to close it illegally. They violated open meeting laws, just so everyone knows, because I think this is very important and why it's important to go to meetings. They're doubling down though, and saying that they didn't, but it was not on the agenda. They voted to close Caverly and Whiting preschools, but are also keeping the building. So it doesn't save the taxpayers money, it's actually gonna cost more money to set up Lothrop, retrofit it for 3 and 4-year-olds. Yeah. Anyways, I guess, I don't know where we're at with the letter specifically. Our attorney has already,
He has not looked at
he
this. I
has
can
not
send
looked
it
at
to
it yet.
Gary.
Okay, so this is,
Hasn't yet? Okay.
yeah, he's gotta, we need to get this sent out like ASAP. But I guess, unless anybody has more about that, I kinda just segue that into the broader Caverly discussion,
No,
unless
I'd
you
like
have.
to get this out as soon as
Oh,
possible.
absolutely,
I'll have him check it
It just
absolutely.
needs to go yesterday.
I was waiting
Yeah.
for, to hear if you guys had any changes after all the corrections I made.
I'm okay with your corrections, I don't know how everyone else feels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this letter is our position on getting the buildings back, correct? This is not a statement or a position on,
This was
Against
specifically
closing.
because they had been talking about closing Caverly since October, well, I mean, yeah.
Okay.
And Whiting actually had sent a letter saying that if their preschool was closed, they wanted their building back. So we figured we should do the same thing, but they're keeping both buildings apparently. So, but I think we just legally, we should have our, it should be out there and stated. Because I don't know if they actually can do that, so.
so this is the letter that's in our packet.
And this also includes the blue house. So
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
why
it's a
that's
whole
why it doesn't
comment,
just say
yeah.
Caverly Building, it says the OVUUSD buildings.
by agreement, they're supposed to come back to us if they're not being
And the
used for
blue
school
building is
purpose.
100% not being used for educational purposes and hasn't for years.
So we need to
So
get
that
this
should be
out.
back on the grand list.
Yep.
Okay, so, yeah, again, if everybody's okay with me moving on, I'll just segue. Oh, go, yeah.
I hope it doesn't happen if you, like, the building does not go back to
Yeah.
being
Yep.
open. Do you know what you do with it, if you got it?
To be frank, we've never really gotten that far in the
Okay.
discussion
Maybe we'll
because.
start a preschool.
That's a great option. Let's hope you don't have to,
Sorry.
but that's a great option.
So I don't think it should happen either. So they voted to close Caverly once before, like 8 years ago, and I did call them out then on violating open meeting laws. Exact same situation. They didn't have it on the agenda. That time they reversed their decision. This time it's new people on the board and they're all doubling down. They're getting real defensive about it. So I don't know if anybody was at, you were, yeah. They were very defensive about it, and I would be really interested to understand why people who are, you know, kind of stewards of almost $30 million of taxpayer money are not concerned about being transparent in public meetings. I think that's so the issue's even bigger than Caverly in my mind at this point. That's a real problem, that they're doing things behind closed doors and not warning things properly, not having everything discussed out in open meeting, not taking input. I have just all kinds of concerns on that. So I know that there's an online petition to save Caverly. The last time I looked, it had, do you know?
250, yeah, 260, yeah.
270.
Yeah.
Oh, really, 270,
Yep.
yeah.
So, and of course, I don't know if that's all Pittsford people. I imagine most of them are, but.
I think it said 60-something%,
yeah.
65%.
Oh, it'll break down about
It
where.
does, yes.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
Like, and Brandon, it gives
Oh, okay.
like 3 different zip codes.
Okay, yeah.
Is the amount of signatures needed 200? Is that what I understood, or is that correct?
Well, so that's the other thing. I don't know, this would be this would show them the passion that we feel for our preschool. I don't think, it's not like a legal petition. It's not to have, we would need to have a legal petition started, that, to force them to have it back on the agenda and re-voted. So, which is doable, we just gotta sit down and write it.
This isn't illegal.
So, so no, it's not legally binding, but I would like to think, I mean, there was a couple of those, for those of you who were at that meeting, there was a couple school board members that, when people were actually, there weren't as many people at that meeting where they closed Caverly because it wasn't on the agenda, so people didn't know to show up. And then when Caverly was discussed, I mean, there's tons of people at the meet, on Zoom. And I think some of the school board members did seem to change their mind about their vote based on that, because I think they were listening to admin. That's all they were getting input from was admin. No teachers, no parents. I mean, that's crazy to me. So,
Could I ask where that petition is? I'd
yeah.
like to
Can
sign.
I
Oh,
answer
it's,
that?
yes,
There is a sign in the entrance.
In the
There's one
entranceway,
here?
there's a
Right
sign
in the
that
entrance
has
where
a
you can
QR code, you
scan
can
it.
scan it,
Okay.
and then you can sign it that way on your mobile device.
because I still think that's gonna be very effective, just because it may not be legally binding. I think that's still extremely effective,
Yeah.
Yep.
Those same posters are also in our boxes at Case and Toledo's. So if people, for some reason, can't be here, but they see them, they can scan it with their phones. If they see them in the two boxes as well.
all right, so then, I guess, we gotta get some kind of legal petition, going, so I tried to find out today from the Secretary of State's office. She didn't get back to me, but, I believe it has to be, because it's a school district, I think it has to be 5% of the voters of the whole district. So now we gotta find out how many legal voters are in all 6 towns and get 5% of that and start getting signatures.
So we could put that to a vote at the ballot, town meeting ballot?
It wouldn't, this is a school board, so it wouldn't be, no, this would just be like, this is like a
Oh, I
support.
misunderstood you before then.
Okay, yeah, no. We all, like the vote,
Yep.
the voters of Pittsford would need to get that going. Then I'm happy to help them start that in any way I can. Hopefully I'll get some word back from the Secretary of State's office tomorrow, because obviously it would be easier if we could just get 5% of Pittsford voters, because that's, how many? Do you know how many we have right now?
20.
It's 100 and something, 120.
Okay, right, it should be
I had to
different.
get 24, so that's 1%.
Okay, yeah, thanks. I'm like, I can't do the math. Okay. All right, so yeah, that's all I have on that right now, and then their next meeting is what, February 3rd?
Yes.
Okay, and The calendar hasn't been there for forever, and I still always look right there. This is our last
We
meeting
meet the
before
fourth.
then. Oh, no, we do, oh, right, okay. Yeah. So I don't know, before I kind of take comments from, what is the board, what are your feelings, I guess, and would anybody be willing to kind of, write up a letter in support? Or we just leave this to,
You're asking if you think the board should put a letter together and submit it? I don't think it's a bad idea at all. I would suggest we just have Ann draft a basic one.
Yeah,
I think
okay.
we're all in agreement that
Yep.
we don't want this closed.
yeah, all right,
Why don't we
okay,
just do
yeah,
that?
okay. I know, I was asked earlier, because we've had the buildings on the agenda, if we, if that was like.
Do you need a motion for that, or?
Yeah, but just so everyone is clear, we have had the whole thing about the buildings, it's only if they closed it, we wanted the building back, but nobody wants Pittsford to, or Caverly to close. So,
You want the
so I
house
guess,
back, though?
so yeah, I would love to take a motion. You have a motion, do I have a second? Any further discussion? All right, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right, so we'll have Ann write up a letter, so we'll have that before the next board meeting, or the school board meeting. All right, cool, thank you. And then, like I said, if anybody wants to reach out to me after this meeting, we can all figure out this whole petition thing. It just like, cause I know, what I do know about it is that just like where Kevin has for each of his, where he's getting signatures to get on the ballot, each page has to have what is this, what are you signing, and then it has to have eligible voters, it has to have their name and address, pretty basic stuff, but we can all get that going, but go ahead.
And not that I had a whole speech, but you guys have just pretty much covered everything, so that's wonderful. I really do appreciate, I'm a parent of Caverly preschool students, and I just really do appreciate that you guys understand how impactful that place is on our young children, and how important early childhood education is for their foundation for the rest of their lives. Like, it needs to be in a place that is built for them, for their size, a calm, inviting place. And you're not gonna have that mixed in with so many other safety factors that they haven't thought of in the elementary school, right? So I really do appreciate you guys truly seeing that as it is, and from my understanding, their argument is it'll be better it's a convenience factor for the system itself, which we are here trying to do what's best for our children. And I'm sorry, but Caverly Preschool is also an identity of Pittsford. It means so much, and people move here for Caverly Preschool. Other preschools want to be what Caverly is. We can't just take that away for a convenience factor.
Agreed.
So I really do appreciate you taking the time to consider that.
A lot of our kids went there too.
Yeah. There you go.
It's a gem,
It is a gem.
100%. Don't worry,
Thank you.
we're behind you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Does anyone else want to speak on Caverly before we move on? We all love Caverly, we're all the same.
Yeah.
We love Caverly. We don't want to see it go.
I know, and I do just want to reiterate before we move on though too, also, all this talk about consolidation across the state, we all know we have, shrinking school population while ballooning education costs. This is like not saving any money.
Yeah.
If it's anything, it's gonna cost more money, again, to retrofit Lothrop, so to do a detriment to our kids while also not even saving money just makes no sense
A
to me.
very good point that was brought up by a parent to me today was, there's already an issue with getting kids picked up there with the mess of traffic.
Yeah.
This is just gonna multiply, and it could end up blocking the firehouse.
Yeah, no, there's all
which is
kinds
not
of,
a good
there's like a
idea.
huge
Yeah.
list of issues.
So, in the drop-off line at Lothrop, younger kids, they tend to take a lot of time, get out, mom gets out of the car, and they hug, and like all that stuff. At Caverly, you could do that and not worry about it,
Yeah,
but
Lothrop
at
is good,
Lothrop,
tuck
that
and roll, I
becomes,
get 'em
yeah.
I think we have a more dangerous system down there.
Yeah,
than those
definitely.
guys down there.
Yeah,
So
no,
I think
yeah,
that's a good
in all
point.
seriousness, yeah.
That parent brought up a good point.
Yep, so, okay. All right, well, thank you, and yeah, let's see. Please, somebody reach out to me and we'll get the petition going on, go. Yeah.
I
have been battling this for almost 40 years.
Yeah.
It is a priceless gem for our town. It is perfect for 3- and 4-year-olds.
Yep.
And you are so right, any school district would die for that. It's just
yeah.
perfect. And you can do outdoor learning just by walking out the door. That's not gonna happen at Lothrop. And they say they'll use it and bring, that doesn't happen. It takes too much time. So I am also very grateful that you are all in agreement that this is something that we need to keep. So thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. All right, great, thank you. Okay, another fun topic, Tier 3 and road rule regulations. I think there's a bill in the House right now to repeal
That
road
would
rule.
be the best thing that could happen. Is that for the road rule or Tier 3?
I think it might have been both.
Good.
I was gonna say that if there's legislation happening.
Listen, they said there's a bill out there, I didn't say it's gonna get voted on.
No, I have heard from Devin that, he had a somewhat positive conversation with the head of the Land Use Review Board on Tier 3 in the Rutland region. They're realizing that they're way too heavy on it, so they are looking at that as well.
Thank you, folks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And then Devin said that there is legislation happening to try to overturn road rule. Not that I don't want us to send the letter, I think we still need to send the letter.
Yeah, we do.
To help push it, but there are many, many small towns pushing back.
There are, and I think I've mentioned it before, VLCT is definitely in the State House every day fighting for the rural towns and how this, making sure people know how this is gonna affect.
Are we ready for a motion on this?
Yeah.
I'd like to move that we sign and send this letter as Amy's drafted to the Land Use Review Board regarding Tier 3 and the road rule.
Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I hope that happens.
I know, I don't know if everyone knows or cares about what the Tier 3 and road rule is, but it's like gonna be, you can't, if your driveway's over 800 feet, you get,
Well, it's a combination, so you have roadway of 2,000 feet, driveway of 800 feet, but no more than 2,000 new feet. So if somebody wants to build a new house and their driveway is going to be longer than 800 feet, as it stands as of July 1st, it will have to go through Act 250 for a permit. So,
well, and then the Tier 3 piece, that's, I know that was brought to us, like Pittsford in particular, would be, you basically need Act 250 permit to put up a shed in vast
well,
majority. I
it
mean,
depends.
I came through
But
VLCT piece, that was their testimony up at the State House.
I've gotten some clarification on that, but we do have some mapping that
Yeah.
would, I don't remember the percentage off the top of my head, but we are higher than most
Yeah.
towns in Rutland region for Tier 3. And we are looking at the mapping, which is the next thing on the agenda.
I know, and it would just slow down housing for people, so it makes more sense. Okay, yeah, oh, no, we didn't, oh, no, we did, we did. You had me guess it, second
lost
guess. You can vote again for fun if you'd like.
No, I'm all right, as long as we did it.
All right, so Rutland Regional Planning Commission Land Use Maps Revisions Update, so.
You just
Do
told
either
us.
one of you want to?
We had a massive debate there with them. It seems like everything is up for discussion. And I think to sum it up, we encouraged them not to use the word conservation on people's private property.
Okay,
And that if they want to call it agricultural or rural,
yep,
or rural agricultural, or forestry, fine, but they shouldn't label that on private property.
Yeah.
That was the discussion. And they seem flexible that this may get altered, and they kind of assured us that would happen. But I do think if they do insist, I think every property owner needs to be notified if their property is being changed by the state.
yep,
And
agreed.
if people want to know what their property is labeled right now, I have a map online that I can look at to see whose properties are under what. And if people want revisions, we need to provide it in writing, so I'm going to be starting a list.
I think we're gonna have to notify them if they insist, but let's see
Yeah.
where this goes. Maybe it won't go anywhere. By the
Yeah.
sounds, something might happen, but
Yeah.
this is a really contentious issue.
Well, the map is separate from Tier 3 and road rules, so we need to still make sure we do all of our changes.
Oh,
to
yeah,
our map.
no, it's.
Well, no, yeah,
Um,
exactly.
They're trying to tie it all in.
I know, but
So-
as of right now, they're
Yeah,
supposed
so-
to be separate.
I know.
So, I
Payroll
had
discussed
an
as a,
in-depth conversation about how,
It appears Pittsford and Proctor have taken the biggest hit in Rutland County on changes.
Yeah.
They blanket by what they call lines, which aren't necessarily landlines. They just drawing out there in Montpelier and saying this is where it's gonna be, so.
yep, okay.
It's really not very well done. But there was a good showing from Pittsford there, so.
Was there? Yeah.
Four of us there.
Good, I know, I'm
The
sorry I
next
wasn't able
night,
to make
there was
that.
a good showing from Benson and Iowa the next night, because I went to both.
Okay.
There are other towns that are waiting.
That hearing
on that.
is the 15th, right?
March 17th
March 17th?
Yes.
Yeah, so that one we need to attend.
at 7
Wait, what's
o'clock, I
it?
believe.
This,
It's Rutland Regional Planning Commission's first hearing on their
on their
regional
updated map?
plan. It's a regional plan it contains the map, so it's their 600-page document with the
Okay,
map.
and what's the date on that?
March
Oh,
17th.
they're gonna do the whole thing
St.
now?
Patrick's
have
Day?
The whole
Yes.
They'll
thing?
have green beer for.
It's Green Beer Day. And then they are going to be setting up more, like satellite, Devin's trying to find locations and dates between March and April to host in the four corners of the Rutland region for towns to come together to discuss changes as well.
Will those be ranked as hearings, or is this the only hearing?
No, those will be
They're all
rented.
hearings, right?
They're all
Okay.
bringing evidence
Where
in.
people can bring testimony, and
Yep.
that's really, yep, okay.
Is that,
So-
oh, go ahead.
So, if people want what the state has done to their property changed on this map, they should come see you, correct?
Yep.
Excuse me, I don't know why I can't talk all of a sudden. And two, so people know, these hearings are almost too late to get anything changed. Because basically the hearings are, I don't want to use that term. They have the hearings because they have to, but there won't be much change from the hearings. They'll take testimony, but there isn't much they can change because they're on a very tight timeline to get this done.
So I'm
So
gonna be
if
handing them
you
in.
think you're gonna wait till the hearing to make changes, that's probably not gonna happen. So if somebody, looks on this map, doesn't agree with what the state's doing to their property, they need to get to Ann as
Yeah.
soon as possible.
That's
And
good to
So
know.
And I have talked to a couple of the larger landowners in town too, so
That's good to know. Okay. All right, thank you. Okay. All right, new business. So, resolution to uphold the constitutions of the United States and Vermont. So I know that, I don't know how many meetings ago you all came with that resolution. And I know Ann drafted up some language that I now need to dig out.
Did you write
I
mine?
have this one, no, I found it, thank you. Okay, so, and, Ernie, did you write this? Did you write the?
No.
No, okay. Yeah. No, it was good, and I appreciated everyone's, the way everyone, spoke passionately at that last meeting. I know, so, and this also, I guess we kind of discussed at the last meeting that we certainly have no issue with the resolution reaffirming that we're uphold both the federal and the state constitution. And that's, well, I guess first for us to discuss it, we'd need a motion to, one way or the other, about what specifically we have on the agenda.
I'll move that this letter that is written but not signed yet is position of the board.
Okay,
I'll second that.
okay, all
I'll
right.
discuss it.
Yep. Okay, so, which is a lot more succinct than what we were given before. I think, I don't want to, I guess we can all take turns speaking because I don't want to speak for the board. I know kind of, this one goes a little bit too much into the federal than I'm comfortable with, like what's going on at the national level when the select board has really, concerns about Pittsford more specifically.
Should we read it before we
Oh,
discuss it?
sorry, yes, yes.
Alicia, may I ask a question first?
You sure
said
can.
This one.
That's why I'm about to read it. So Mark is calling me out
But
the fact
there's
that
two
I'm just.
versions, right?
Oh, well, there's a version that Ernie, we got from Ernie.
Right. And then,
And then there's a version that Ann wrote.
all right, so which one you said was,
We haven't read it yet.
Yeah, I'm gonna read it right now, because
Okay,
I know
thank
Mark
you.
was reminding me that I know what I'm talking about.
yes, but I
Okay, so, we, the Select Board of the Town of Pittsford, Vermont, promise to uphold both the United States Constitution and the Vermont Constitution. This is part of our oath of office that we pledge every time we are elected or re-elected to our positions within the Select Board for the Town of Pittsford. So, encapsulates the lengthy version that we have from you all. And, yeah, I guess I gave, so, yeah, I mean, I guess, yeah. Does anyone else have anything that they want to state specifically?
No, I think it's pretty much the
Okay. I mean, so yeah, so this is where we're at with this.
That one sentence you read is what the board is going to vote on.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah. I think everybody, so we,
Can we speak to that?
you can, sure.
Okay. The U.S. Constitution is without any power, without Americans who are willing to speak up to defend it. Our Constitution is currently being openly violated by our federal government. I'm here because, like many Americans these days, I'm anxious about our Constitution. Our First Amendment states that people have a right to assemble peaceably. The people in Minneapolis didn't expect this right to be violated. Just like us, they thought it couldn't happen here, and yet it is happening still. We must all decry the violence we see. The Select Board can do this by signing the resolution. As the locally elected government of this town, our Select Board is where we have access to representatives who are our neighbors. Our constitutional principles are being violated openly. We're asking to have a conversation with you to know where you stand on these matters.
Okay, thank you. And well, I guess,
Anyone
so,
else?
oh, yep, go ahead.
Okay. So, stand, sit.
No, whatever you want to do, you don't have to.
Don't have to.
Okay. Kim Spenceley. I like to assume that all of us are on the same page in regard to following the Constitution and the rule of law because we're United States citizens. Select Board members have taken oaths to say so. So it's my feeling that given the polarization, stress, and discord currently in evidence across the country, it would feel appropriate and comforting for our town board members to renew the oaths, similarly to how some couples renew their marriage vows in order to reaffirm their commitments.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. Which I guess I feel like that's what we have, you know? That's what we
I
have
have
written
no-
up, which
no.
sorry.
Go
I'm sorry,
ahead,
go
I'm
ahead,
sorry.
no, that's,
I have no problem retaking the oath of our
yeah,
office.
nor do I,
None whatsoever.
nor do I. Go ahead.
Thank you for letting me speak. I just believe it a little bit longer, but for me, this resolution is singly about reaffirming our collective community commitment to the Constitution of the United States of America. This document is what makes us unique in the world. It separates us from all other nations. The Constitution of the United States is not the government's document. It is our document. It's the people's document. It belongs to all of us. It defines our democracy, and it's the people as for the people, by the people, and of the people. Our Constitution defines our freedoms and liberties. As Thomas Jefferson said, our inalienable rights to life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. And Ben Franklin, a republic if we can keep it. It guarantees our rights from tyranny and oppression. Embedded in this document is the Bill of Rights, the first 10 commandments of the Constitution. These rights were denied to the colonists, and particularly in Boston. The Bill of Rights contained the freedom of religion, of speech, of the press, the freedom to assembly, to peaceful assemble and petition the government for a redress of grievances, the right to regulate a militia and keep and bear arms, the right to secure in-person homes and effects against unreasonable search and seizures where a warrant is required that states where and what persons and things to be seized, right to not be deprived of life, liberty, and property without due process, a right to a speedy and public trial by an impartial jury and confront our accusers. These rights were being denied in the 1770s. And these rights were part of what our founding fathers made sure that were included in our Constitution. And this is a simple book. It's the Constitution of the United States of America. Mine's pretty ratty, dog-eared. I've had it with me for a couple of decades. The last comment is, if we fail to support and defend the things that we love, they may not be there when we need or want them.
Thank you.
Can I say something real quick?
Sure.
No problem with the revised letter that you guys wrote. I think it'd be nice and pertinent for the board, if you're not going to acknowledge it in writing, at least acknowledge to your constituents that their fears are valid. And there's nothing in that statement that says so, that these violations are occurring right now and you're cognizant of it. And that's an important step for your public to hear. You see what's going on and you agree that it's wrong. So I would encourage the board to at least make, if nothing else, a verbal statement to that regard to their constituents, to acknowledge their fears and to validate. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Sorry.
Since we were here in December, a lot has happened in our country to increase my fear and anxiety. The Fourth Amendment of the Constitution states that in the United States, we the people have the right to be secure in our persons. Certainly the people of Minneapolis, St. Paul, Minnesota do not feel secure in their persons. Renee Good was shot and killed. People have been dragged out of their cars and homes without a warrant. And even peaceful protesters have been tear gassed and pepper sprayed. If it can happen there, it can happen anywhere. I have read reports recently that people who live in Portland and Lewiston, Maine, are preparing for an immigration operation to come to their cities soon. I just read on my phone tonight that it has already begun. There are 5,000 Somali immigrants who live and work in Lewiston and who are credited with revitalizing Lewiston. Those are our New England neighbors. I'm worried for them. Democracy is fragile. Our democracy relies on our public servants doing the right thing. By affirming this resolution, you are recommitting to protect and defend the Constitution and our rights. By doing so, you will reassure all our neighbors in Pittsford and Florence that we are secure in our persons and we are protected.
Thank you.
Well, you want me to go? We've written it several times. So thank you for agreeing to meet with us tonight. I think we all share a love of Pittsford and the good community that it is. In my own experience, it's been a wonderful place to raise children, with plenty of examples of what helping one another and doing what's right look like. We've taught our children that they have certain rights that are guaranteed by our Constitution. If they happen to have attended a town meeting or have been Scouts carrying in the flag and led us in the pledge, then we've modeled for them what good citizenship looks like, participating in town meeting, respectfully listening to our neighbors, having the chance to speak your own mind. We've all enjoyed these rights and responsibilities that come with them. But now there are no guarantees. Now I'm scared. The rights of individuals are clearly being violated. There's no guarantee that any of us will receive due process. There's no guarantee that those taken into custody will be treated as innocent until proven guilty. I'm asking you, as the leaders of our town, to say yes, Pittsford will stand behind its citizens and defend their rights.
Thank you.
Our Vermont state motto is freedom and unity. So tonight, we have gathered together to defend the freedoms and civil rights in our Constitution, which are eroding every day. What is happening to our country? I am really upset to see all the mass ICE and Border Patrol arresting people with no due process and hauled away off to detention centers with horrific conditions and no oversight. What will history say about us if we do not do everything we can to protect our friends and neighbors in Pittsford? Our democracy is relying on the public servants like you to do the right thing. Please sign the resolution tonight.
Thank you.
I don't want to stand and get in front of the camera
Okay.
for you, and I don't have the eloquence that all the previous speakers have, and I didn't plan on saying anything tonight. But Mr. Franzoni brought up an extremely valid point and the difference between the resolutions. This is an immigrant town. The marble industry, which this town supported, half of this town, Florence, and housed hundreds and hundreds of immigrants at one time. If the current, I have to say this very carefully, Jack person that lives in the White House were empowered then, what kind of action might he have taken against some of these people, some of our parents and grandparents? I would like to, as Mr. Franzoni said, have the board verbally tonight guarantee that should some of the ICE people come here and try to drag me out, because I've only got roots back to the 1790s here, that this board would stand up for me.
There's one on the board that would.
I know you would, Tom.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Be brave. Earlier tonight, I'm Nancy Goodrow, by the way. Earlier tonight, we recited the Pledge of Allegiance, ending with liberty and justice for all. Liberty for all requires justice for all. Justice for all, in turn, requires due process of law. This is not an a la carte menu. It's a package deal. If you don't buy into all of it, you get none of it. No due process means no justice, which means no liberty. If we mean what we say when we recite the Pledge of Allegiance, we need to speak out in support of due process of law. Defending our Constitution is not someone else's job. We all need to take responsibility to stand up for it. Benjamin Franklin remarked that the delegates in Philadelphia created, as Louis said, a republic if you can keep it. Earlier that year, he also wrote, "Only a virtuous people are capable of freedom." We may be individuals in a small town in a brave little state, but we can do this. We must do this. The right and responsible action is to be the virtuous people capable of freedom by speaking out in support of the Constitution. We owe honor and respect to those who founded this nation, wrote our Constitution, and to the veterans who fought, sacrificed, and sometimes died to defend this nation and the Constitution upon which it was founded, insisting on the due process of law for all people and the protection of constitutional rights for all people is the only path to liberty and justice for all, which is the path to freedom. I hope you will expand on what you have written there. That sentence, I think, is a little bit light because it doesn't reflect what's actually going on in our country over the past year. So I hope you will flesh it out and make it speak a little more to what is happening.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Anyone else? Thank you. All your points are well taken. We do understand the concern. It's not that we don't understand your concern. Again, I don't wanna speak for the board, and I also don't have any, issue with fleshing this out somewhat. I do have, I do want this to be about our community and not so much about, you know, what actions by federal authorities. I mean, that's beyond the scope of this board, frankly. I know.
I understand the state of Vermont is considered a, what are those towns
It's
called?
not a sanctuary state. Sanctuary state?
Somebody told me it's actually listed there.
I don't think it
You
is.
might be careful.
No,
We could easily
Burlington,
be in
we have a
target.
couple sanctuary cities, we're not a sanctuary state. To my knowledge. Go ahead.
My understanding of what our position is, we are not a judicial board. We're not even a quasi-judicial board. We're here to represent the whole town of Pittsford. We can't pass judgment on anyone's feelings that a law has been violated. We don't have that right. That's my understanding. Now, I will take the oath again in a heartbeat and follow it up with this letter. But we do not have the right to make a judicial decision. And there might be other people in town, though they haven't come here, that would disagree with some of your positions. So I don't think we have the right to condemn some of the things that were in the original request. That's where I come down on it. I don't speak for anyone but myself.
I don't think we're asking anyone to do judicial things. I have something to add to this. By adopting this resolution, the Select Board would not be engaging in an unprecedented act. At a Select Board meeting on January 22nd, 2020, almost 6 years ago exactly, the Pittsford Select Board resolved to support a proposed Second Amendment sanctuary resolution. 3 of the current Select Board members were on that board. The vote was unanimous. The Select Board voted to reaffirm and support, the Select Board voted to reaffirm their support of the Second Amendment. What we're asking for here is your reaffirmation of the entire Constitution and all it has stood for to protect us, to protect our rights. All of our rights, freedom of assembly, freedom of speech, the right to be secure in our persons, our houses, and our cars, even though there were no cars in the 18th century.
I might add, if I remember correctly, when it came to the board before, I was not on the board. It was not a unanimous decision in the end. It was 4 affirmative and 1 against.
I looked on the
Then
record.
it's not correct, Ernie.
Well, that's-
Somebody
Right.
rescinded their vote.
Somebody rescinded their vote.
Next meeting.
No matter who.
It's-
But I think that was a declaration of a non-binding resolution.
It was, and it was reaffirming the Constitution, which is what we're more than happy to do now.
Exactly.
I think
It was-
I think everything Ernie mentioned is covered by this, you know.
In a blanket.
We say that, and
Yeah.
that, and passion is tremendous in here,
Mhm.
and I wish you'd take it to the State House, because it's what we were talking about before, with this land use change map affects everybody that owns property, and they're virtually taking private property rights away with what they're trying to change. So, I think some of this stuff, we have to look right to home on some things that we need to take care of here, not to say some other things that are just being passed and sent down and say, you must do this. Our education, closing buildings we don't want closed, there's a lot of things that we need to take care of here. But anyway, Ernie, I think we cover that in this short but broad statement.
So, are you going to sign it?
We haven't voted.
We haven't voted yet.
Okay.
I do want to say too, because I don't want anyone to think that I don't care about what's going on at the
Yeah.
federal level. But I mean, between my role here and my role as your state representative, I do work really hard on a lot of really local issues, and I have only so much. I mean, I could focus more on federal issues, and then that would, my local work would suffer. So I'm just speaking for me personally. I am 100% committed to following both the US and the Vermont Constitution, and I'm 100% committed to my community and to all of you.
Move to vote.
Hold on one second.
Couple hands.
Sorry.
Those more hands, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Quick question from the chair.
yes,
Chair Malay, I'm sorry.
yeah, that's fine.
Currently, right now, I know of about 6 or 8 bills in the state legislature regarding these matters. Most of them are about keeping ICE from being able to do raids in public schools and
Yep.
courthouses. Right now, I know about 44 sponsors to some of these bills. I don't believe you're part of any of that. Do you have any plans to co-sponsor any of those bills? And speaking
No.
to
I
the
mean,
difference between the...
it's already, bills are already done for,
Bills are
yeah,
done.
that is, no, I'm not on any of those.
Point of
bills.
order, I think we should stay on the
Yeah.
subject rather than get on.
Yeah.
To her, she has another
Yep.
job over there too, so.
Yeah, I mean, I'm on
Yeah.
judiciary, it might come before
Yeah.
my committee,
Yeah.
but no, I have not signed on to any of those bills. I haven't seen them.
There
Yeah,
was another hand.
I know, did anyone else want to say anything before we vote?
That was my hand.
Oh.
Ernie addressed what I was thinking.
Okay,
Just before we came, I saw a headline that said that the ICE agents no longer needed warrants. And I know you're not a judicial, and I know you're not stupid. And I don't know exactly what the select board's powers are when they go to the state. I know that when I walk up to Montpelier, I don't get very far.
We don't need
But
it.
if a whole town joins up with, I think I saw at least 20 towns signing a very, a much more flushed out paragraph.
Yep.
That would mean an awful lot.
yeah.
Maybe we should look at this and see if we have a little more words to it.
So, okay.
Because I
quiet 'cause my
understand
voice-
this due process stuff doesn't just go to United States citizens, but anybody on the soil of the United States of America.
Sure.
Which means you don't have to carry papers with you if you're in the United States.
So, I guess I'll ask this. I don't know why I can't talk all of a sudden. Would you feel better if we, in our resolution, we expanded it to the fact that we support not just the Constitution, but all aspects of it?
We have concerns.
Start listing, you know, the first, second, third, fourth, all the, just start listing the amendments. Would you feel better about that? I think anybody on this board, if somebody tried to take you people, would stand up for you.
Yes.
I don't think that's the issue. As the gentleman just said, he read where ICE don't have to use agents. I don't know about anybody else. I've gotten where I don't believe anything I read, because I can probably find something that says just the opposite. There's so much stuff out there that is untrue. And it's, the goal, as far as I'm concerned, is to divide us as much as possible. And as Dan spoke, I'm sure there's people in town who have the opposite opinion that you do. And that's fine. And it's fine that you have this opinion. But to ask us to increase that division, I'm not comfortable with that. I'm just not. You know, there's enough division here. We're all friends. You know, we can, on the board, there's times when we get into it, we walk out that door, we're still friends. You know, we don't have to agree on everything. And I'm just afraid that that resolution that you brought to us is too far. You're alienating people with a different opinion. And I'm not in favor of that. I'm absolutely in favor of upholding the Constitution and all the amendments to it.
That's all we're asking for.
And I do, I mean, if we wanted to flesh it out more, I like the second, does everyone have the original? Or the,
I do.
because I do like the line, be it further resolved that the Select Board of the Town of Pittsford affirms its unwavering commitment to protecting the constitutional rights of all people in our town, regardless of citizenship status, national origin, political belief, or any other identity.
Yes.
Which is also similar verbiage that's in our Declaration of Inclusion already.
You wanna see it?
I have it.
You have it. Anybody else? They all have a copy of it. They do, okay. It was in their packets.
I was going with
It fleshes out what we're, what we're saying while adding, kind of just getting some of what you all would like to see in there.
I don't have the issue with adding that.
So Alicia, for the next meeting, do you want me to change the verbiage of what I wrote, add in supporting the US Constitution, Vermont Constitution, list all of the amendments, and then this paragraph?
I don't know if we have to list all the amendments, it's kind of, I don't know,
Would
let's
that-
all
would we list
Part of
the
the
amendments?
Constitution, so.
yeah, I mean, I think that's just,
Right.
yeah, I think.
I'm fine with just adding that paragraph, be it further resolved.
I would amend my, did I make the motion?
No, the motion's on the floor.
Yeah, made in second.
It's
We
discussion.
haven't voted on it.
It hasn't voted on this yet.
Right, so we would have to vote, if we're gonna,
Yes, Dan, it was you and Dave.
we'd have to vote against this, what, our original vote to
You have to
then,
vote.
to
Yeah,
get a
take a
revote
vote.
with some added language. So, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay.
Nay.
Okay, the nays have it. So I would make a new motion that we adopt the resolution to uphold the constitutions of the United States and Vermont with the language that Ann has written, and with adding that one, so second to last paragraph. Did you second it? Okay, just wanna make sure you're open for
Yeah,
discussion in
right,
case
that's
there's,
There's one time you was quiet.
what?
There's one time you was quiet.
Oh.
I said it very softly. You weren't listening.
Do you know which one I mean? Just the second to bottom, the second from the bottom.
Holding pattern.
That's all done good.
Free again.
Because I think that's just,
Citizenship status.
That's in the Constitution. You're taking stuff out of the Constitution, you do that. That's not right. I'm sorry. I disagree with you on that one.
I'm sorry, Tommy, what was your?
So citizenship status is the.
You want to take out citizenship status, and that's in the Constitution.
You can't do that.
You can't do
It's in the
that.
Constitution.
Right.
It's Constitution, do it or will.
We don't take out the Constitution, that's for sure. Not on this board.
That's a fact,
Yeah.
Okay, so that's,
You
so,
took an oath to
yep,
abide by it, you gotta abide by it. Like, but
so, all right, so that's the, so we had a motion on the table in a second.
Can we discuss this just a little further?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'd rather have a little time to study that, just to be sure that we're not affirming our belief in the Constitution and then some verbiage in here that may be contrary to that. On the face, I don't have any issue, but.
Just in that one in that one paragraph, you mean?
Yes.
Because we're not, okay.
Yeah.
So,
I'm not a
so
scholar.
we
It
are,
takes me
we
a
would
minute.
just be affirming, the commitment to protecting the constitutional rights of all the people in our town. So if the constitutional rights were not afforded to them based on citizenship status, which I know is not the case, but then we wouldn't, so we're not affirming something that isn't already,
it's already in the Constitution.
isn't already a thing.
It's in there.
I just don't wanna make a statement and have it on his face.
I'm with you, I want to double check to make sure before we put that in.
Yeah, if we wanna, we can move it, we can, if you want, needs more time to, we can take more time.
I'm not sure the Constitution mentions political belief, does it? I'd just like to flush it out a little bit, and I'd be glad to sign it from there.
Louis got his constitution on.
Excuse me, but isn't, it's not a political belief, yeah, isn't, I mean, if you have a political belief, that is covered under the First Amendment, because you have the right to free speech, and so you can say,
I think we're just looking at the verbiage to make sure it's exactly what it is.
That's my thought on it. I mean, if I'm,
Your thought is that you just wanna think about it more? Is that what you're
I
saying?
wanna look into it a little more.
That's fine. Okay, so we'll table it to the
Read your
next.
Constitution.
That's what I'd like to do,
So
Ernie.
yeah, we'll give
Thank you.
anyone who's given time to go look up the Constitution, look that over some more. So I guess, we'll table it then, so that the motion dies.
Will we be alerted that it's going to be on the agenda when you do get to it, so that we can attend if you'd like us to?
Yeah, did we use Ernie as the point person, right, Ernie?
Absolutely, yep.
So we'll continue, we'll let you know when it's on,
February 4th, the next meeting.
sorry?
February 4th is the
Well, that's
next
what I know,
meeting.
there's no reason not to just do it on February 4th, so just plan on, yeah. We meet the first and third Wednesdays of the month, just, yeah.
So will you send me a copy of the printed version that you're voting on?
Sure, except that unless
Will we
we're
have
going
it?
to be amending further, it depends, I guess, what everyone's thoughts are at the next meeting, but yeah, I mean, we'll,
If we're gonna move on something, we'd absolutely
Yeah.
have a copy for you.
but that second to last paragraph is what I suggest adding in. But we'll let these guys look at it a little further, and we'll talk about it at the next meeting. Okay? All right, thank you. We're gonna go on to the next agenda
Can I
item.
just say one thing?
Yes.
I just want to thank you all for all your deliberation. Everybody. Because I think it's pretty important. Good to see you. Thank you.
It is, and it should be done right.
I appreciate your passion.
Yeah.
if we did more of this, there'd be a lot less reason to do this.
Sumner, I don't know.
Exactly.
You know,
What branch did you
If
serve
people
in, sir?
would talk a little more.
He's like, for your
I was
service.
under the chair, so. Okay. Give it to the lawyer.
By Susie?
It's like a online petition. Yeah. Somewhere.
I'll give it to Ann in case anybody's.
But otherwise it's really like an online.
Thumb drive?
Like on,
Yeah, I don't know.
passed around on Facebook.
Is anyone here drop a thumb drive?
QR card.
I'll take it. It's somewhere out there, yeah. And I think they said that there was one at the library and maybe one at.
We signed Kevin's petition.
Slow it down out there, so I assume they are.
All right, good.
Thank you, Ernie.
Good night, thank you. Good night.
They're all different.
All right. Figure it out. Zoning updates. I'll skip zoning, I'll skip that.
Skip that.
Okay, waiver, homestead,
So this by my understanding, the select board still can waive the record.
I don't know the day-to-day activity that well. I'm the treasurer, so I kind
This penalty actually.
Sarah, do you have on their open hours? I don't have her, I could give you her contact information. Her name is Sarah. And we're going on to the commitment process.
Can we suggest to move the conversation down the hall?
Oh, I can't hear you on that.
So, the penalty actually came after our tax due date. So it didn't actually hit his account until, well, I wrote the letter December 23rd when it was brought to my attention because it came in between the 23rd 21st and 23rd of December is when we got the penalty from the state.
And this was just a clerical error? Or
Well, he filed his homestead declaration late.
I see, okay.
Usually get a penalty, but for
Okay.
some reason, his came significantly later.
Does he know it's only a one-timer?
He definitely knows, so I put
I
it
just
right
wanted to know, 'cause
there.
it's not a lot of money, so I didn't know if he wanted to use his one time for a potential
He wants to
another
use his
time.
one time.
That's not our business, if that's what he would like to do, then yeah, I would make a motion to abate, or to abate the penalty.
Penalty of,
I know, is there, do we have to say for the, do we have to say what the, like the,
The parcel.
Thank you, that's the word I was trying to really find. The parcel number, do we have to do that in the motion?
Usually don't do a parcel now.
All right, I just didn't see it anyway, like.
Yeah, I can look it up
Okay.
if you want. Well, my laptop. I'll send.
Oh, wait, is this not? No.
No, that's the highway. I didn't.
so the 6879 is what we're abating,
Yes,
correct?
68,000.
Okay.
We vote on it with just that?
She can send me the parcel number.
Okay. He owns one parcel.
Yeah, okay. So I made the motion, was there a second? Any further discussion?
Just, this doesn't go to the Board of Civil Authority, this is.
We have a policy, we have a one-time, if it happened again, then I guess it.
I would go to that, yeah.
Yeah. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, the annual certificate, oh, that's the next one. Annual certificate of highway mileage for VTrans. We sign this every year. We just need it for the grants. Nothing exciting, same thing. So can I have a
Motion
motion?
to approve.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, we have an RFP for the Townwide Reappraisal, and I guess we're going in with West Rutland?
So we're trying to get price competitive, and we figured if we went in with another town, because there's that many more parcels, that a lot of smaller towns are, going together, like, I know Proctor went with 3 other towns to have theirs. So,
Yeah, makes sense.
Lisa works with both West Rutland and Pittsford, and we'll both do relatively the same time, so it made the most sense for us to combine to try to get a better deal.
Okay.
But we are both taking our bids.
All right. I can't find it, but that's okay. So we don't have, we just, so
I
that's
just,
what we have out, there's not, you know.
I just wanted to have you guys make sure you are on board with this. We'd like to send it out starting
Yeah.
tomorrow, give them, so that we can budget accordingly, knowing that it's probably gonna be 2029 before they actually do the reappraisal.
Crazy,
Or
huh?
2028 maybe, but we've got 29 or 30 for it.
Remember what our last one cost, they're not cheap.
They're not.
Oh, no, well, it's a lot of work.
And we already,
Well over 100,000.
we already made the motion and approved it. Go ahead with this, right?
No, not yet.
That's why I'm bringing it to you.
Motion to approve, looking for this.
Any further discussion or questions?
So
Yeah, I got a lot of questions.
Okay.
But this is this subject. This number that they keep throwing at us seems to change on a pretty fast basis. We were in the 80s not very long ago. I don't know if I believe it. I'm gonna say I don't believe that number they gave us for reappraisal is necessarily correct. We were above where we were supposed to be last year. And how does it change that drastically in 1 year?
No, we were below, it was the year before. Last year we were lower than we were this year. This year we're almost back up to where we're saying.
Yeah, but I mean,
But it
this
goes up, no, it does.
But I understand that we have to do this way ahead of time. But I don't believe what they're telling us, because I know there's a lot of other towns that are way below us. But being the fact that we have to wait till 29, I think we gotta at least act. But I don't believe this number they're giving us every time. I don't even think.
Well, is that what the problem is? What was the problem?
I don't.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So I don't think they're doing it properly, because it just moves way too fast. I'm not sure what they're using. I have a real question.
I know Donna might have.
What number are you talking about?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what the school board had, those numbers also.
I don't know who comes
Yeah,
up
but we
with
can see
that
the school board.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're looking at
It's not a
this.
good deal.
A common level of appraisal.
So,
Correct.
and that's just like
And
what
that-
houses are appraised versus what they're selling for?
Yes.
Basically,
Yeah.
yeah.
In this real estate market over the last few years, so I don't have a problem with doing this, but I just like to say, I'm not sure that we're really there.
Well, did Lisa make the determination, where do we have to be, 80%,
It's above 83.
85, I can't remember.
85?
Oh, was it 80? I thought it was 80.
Yeah, there's like a sweet number, yeah.
I thought it was 80.
Well, I know most of the state was out of compliance, so, I mean, we're just kind of getting on a list here.
Yeah,
To get done.
exactly.
Well, we understand that, it's just that I don't believe they've got their numbers right, because this moves so much.
It doesn't.
Talk to Lisa, she
Lisa's
really
the one
knows her
that prepares
stuff.
these numbers.
No,
So
the
we,
state
No,
prepares
the
numbers.
state gives us
And
the
then,
numbers.
and then Lisa tries to double check their numbers, and she has called them out before, and she's working on double checking all of the numbers for all of her towns again.
She's a really good advocate for us,
Oh,
actually.
no,
Yes.
this is great, I
Yeah.
talked to her the
Yep.
other day. I'm okay with it, just, I want to make the point that I
Yeah.
don't think this is.
I hear what you're saying. Right now, though, we're just gonna vote for
this
the RFP
doesn't
to
tie
go
us
out.
into doing a reappraisal.
This is looking, yes.
This is an RFP for
This is RFP
bids.
is
For bids.
for getting
Yeah,
the
for
bids.
bids. You don't have to accept the
We
bids.
wouldn't have to accept any,
Exactly.
while we flush out the rest of
Correct.
where we're at with the
Yep.
CLA.
Yep.
If nothing else, it gives us an idea how much money we're gonna have to have.
Right.
And in what year, because right now, like I said, we're looking between 2028 and 2030 before we can even get on somebody's.
Our last reappraisal was probably, what, 10, 12 years ago?
No, longer than that, I think 2011.
No, 16, 2016.
It's under 16.
Yeah, it was,
Yeah, it wasn't that.
it was 2015, 2016, somewhere in there, I think.
Yeah, because I was on the board.
Cause you, yeah, you came around
It'd be
and
almost 15.
you still had
Right.
an office full of people, not just one person.
Right.
Yes.
That
Any-
would put us out
yeah.
like 15 years from the last time we had one.
Yeah.
Right,
So,
well, yeah,
Yeah,
anyway.
that's right.
Again, so we're just gonna vote to
Has it
put the
been 15
RFP
years?
out, and we can,
Except for.
So
Talk
it
about the rest.
doesn't hurt to approve this.
No.
no,
No.
this is just
And we're
sending
not
out.
bound to West Rutland if they wanna go forward either.
No, we're not bound to anything, we're just gotta vote to
Let's
put
get
this
it,
out.
let's get
All
a,
in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Hey.
we need
Boy, I
some
feel like
numbers.
that was.
It's a carryover, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Pulling teeth.
Okay,
Can you go back to zoning updates now?
I
Jeff
can.
get back in the room.
I can. Hi, Jeff, zoning updates.
Oh, I thought that was for, okay.
Well, I don't know,
Well-
we're waiting for you, so.
No, I thought I was on the executive section list.
No, you're
No,
on
you're not.
new
You're on,
business.
Oh, okay, well, news to me.
Well, now that you're on the spot.
Okay, well, folks, I'm not contagious, as the doctor has indicated. I've had a chest cold for 2 weeks, so I'm just erring on the side of caution here. Or I like this fashion statement.
I mean, it
Looks
looks
good,
great,
yeah.
it looks great.
So, as I understand it, the zoning regulations are just going through the last phase. The board approved, the zoning, they did not approve. Okay. Okay, so, well, then the board will have to tell me what they don't like about it, because I'm not sure what you're gonna ask
The planning commission
me.
already knows.
Did we already do this?
Yes. Jeff, I've already told the planning commission, and you were at that meeting.
Okay, I'm aware of that. I'm not
Okay.
sure there's something
Yeah, I thought there
new.
was some different updates other.
Jeff, I think we were looking for updates on where our people that are out of violation are.
Okay,
That's what we were.
that's what I thought I was
believe.
here for. Okay. I can cover all those subjects if you have time. I mean, whatever.
Well, we don't know that much.
The zoning regulations are, and thank God for our town manager, because she's taken on the task of going through the adoption process, which is, well, I mean, there's templates and all that. It's not tedious, but it does take some time, and she's been good to do that. So there's no final version. I think I missed the last planning commission. And there's some controversy
Yes,
about.
Jeff, we get all that part. What we're looking for are people who are out of compliance with our zoning regulations.
Okay, so we'll go to
That's what we need the information on.
Okay, so the list that you were provided in December is grown by two, actually, possibly two people that are of the same category, which I would call repeat offenders, habitual offenders. The notices of violation were freshened. They're sitting on the desk to go out to have the police department serve them, because there's no point sending them certified mail. They're just not going to get, not going to get opened.
So they haven't been served yet?
They have not been served yet, right? No.
So these are two new ones?
Well, one of them is a minor, 4 cars, 5 cars in the front yard, being used for storage, and the file predates my 11 years here, type of thing. He's a relatively minor situation compared to the Fire Hill people.
Point of order, do we have a list of these, an updated list?
That's what.
Well, you have the list I provided you in December. There's one name or 2 names on it. And the other name that's new is Martindale. She got issued a notice of violation because she didn't comply with the town permit, and she's got 3 junk RVs and a junk car there. So the notices went out with an appeal form and a copy of the new the new junk ordinance. So, I mean,
Well, they went out to Ann, but they haven't actually
Yeah,
gone out to
they're still on
the
Ann's
Given them
property
Mon-
owners.
Yeah, I was giving them Monday afternoon.
No, that's fine, I just wanted to make it clear for the point of this meeting that they haven't actually.
Sulia's up
been
in
out
training this week, so I haven't.
Okay, so that was the third, so the other ones were the usual ones that we've been hearing about for a long time, and then
Forever.
Trans added a newer.
Yeah, the Fire Hill situation, if you go to the files, they predate me. And the one on Whipple Hollow Road, the family name is Cohen. There's one there that predates me. Martindale is a brand new situation. And then we won't even talk about Hollister Quarry, because I have no idea where the board is on that. But that's an outstanding situation. And that's advanced beyond my level of being able to get involved, quite honestly. So
now, but haven't 2 of the Fire Hills at least one has pretty much come into compliance, correct?
Well,
one is very close to or has by now?
Yeah, well, if you remember, I came in and talked with you folks about that. That was my last time I came to visit. The junior, actually, Artie Jr.,
yes,
has made the biggest effort. And he really is, there's an intangible level of what is a collection of stuff, I will say Artie had all this lumber and stuff in his front yard. He's cleaned it up considerably. Is he in strict compliance with the zoning, with the ordinance? Probably not. He's got 1 junk car, 1 unregistered car, and he's got that boat, used to be on a trailer, in his front yard, visible from the property lines. Okay. What he's got out in the woods, I don't have the authority to trespass on his property without permission. And if it's not visible from the boundary lines, typically that's not a violation. So, the biggest one is, of course, at the top where Fire Hill almost comes to Old Hubbardton Road.
Yeah.
He's taken out a few, but there's, I could pull the reports. I didn't know if you were going to get into the details here. But he's still in clear violation. The good news is that pegs are probably all in the freezer, because there wasn't anything in the pens. But there's more than the legal limit of junk vehicles there.
So when was the last violation letter sent to that?
December of last year. It was actually last December.
Last December?
Yeah.
Of 24?
Yeah, it was December of 24.
There wasn't one just sent after our last get-together with it?
Well, let me get the files. I've got them right at the top of my
Yeah,
desk.
we sent some.
I
would
thought
hope
we
so.
did, yeah.
Spring, summer, I think.
So, $519.25 is when we had a chat on this, and that's when we did the last drive-by. Before I did a drive-by just recently, but the last drive-by, I think Ann was driving, was in May. And that's when I think I got together with you folks last. So the actual violations started going out from my office in midsummer of 2023. And then there was around in a warning letter in March of 24, and then a notice of violation in December of 24 to all those folks on Fire Hill Road.
So nothing went out in
Nothing's
25?
been out since then?
Well, we've had conversations that it was my understanding that you were giving them time
No, we
to
were.
clean up.
We were trying, I thought we were clear that we were trying to, after years of, you know, just kind of being wishy-washy and here and there, we were trying to be consistent, no?
Well, the last time-
There had, okay, so, I don't always remember things 100%, but we sent something out, I thought, during the summer, because last summer, or maybe spring, but last summer or fall, two of the properties did a lot of cleaning up, so there's
Right.
been another letter
And
since.
I was informed that we weren't going to do anything until they had this opportunity to clean up.
I think those letters came from Kupfer's office, not from Jeff, because Kupfer filed some,
Okay, but there were letters sent,
Yeah,
I don't know
but-
who's, yes, because they started, the lower one and the one in the middle started cleaning up. The one in the middle cleaned up the most, the lower one, I didn't go by there the other day.
Yeah.
The other day I went by the
Yeah.
upper one, that one's a little better, but it's
I
still,
wanna say they
So-
went in, I wanna say March or April, don't quote me which one.
Well-
But Gary Kupfer's office is the one that drew
that
those.
sent those, okay, all right.
And then
There
that's
were
when,
letters then.
and that's when, Wayne Forrest and Ashley Forrest came and saw
Started
me,
cleaning up.
and they started cleaning up.
Yes.
And I had repeated conversations with both of them, and I did drive-bys, and at that point, Wayne Forrest had most of the stuff out of the right-of-way, and I'd had another conversation with him, but I hadn't taken another drive, that I thought there was still something in the right-of-way, and I explained to him what it was. And he had told me, I don't remember what that is, so it must not be there anymore, because I didn't see it. And Ashley and I have stayed in contact. I haven't heard from her probably in the last month or so, but she had plans on continuing to clean up her property.
Well,
Could I address this a couple ways? maybe? First of all, the property north of Nickwacket Garage, is there a complaint on that?
off of Pine,
Yeah.
no. Oh, yes, there's a notice of violation
The
of that.
notice of violation is out.
Yeah, we issued a notice violation, he cleaned up, which brought him back mostly into compliance, and I said, you know, if you're gonna keep doing this, you need to go into the town and apply for a business permit, because you're doing a commercial activity there. Now he lives there, it's his primary residence, and he got a permit to build an 8-foot fence to screen the activity within a stockade yard, right? Never put it up. So,
Then has he had a notice of violation, like sent again?
he had one, and he basically brought it, it's still outstanding because he didn't come into full compliance, so I didn't rescind it. But that's when he got the permit for the fence. Well, the fence permit is expired on its terms because he didn't build it, and he's got a new one going out off of Ann's desk.
A new fence.
Permit? No, a new violation.
No, a new violation.
She's got, okay.
Okay, all right, okay.
All right, could,
So the guy's basically in the junk business. He buys or collects old
Yeah,
cars.
we see.
And everybody, well, everybody, his hobby is demo derbies. So before he bought that piece of property on the corner, he was up on Parker Road living on his family property. That was stockade fenced, and it was surrounded by trees, and it was a very private thing, and I'd get a call once in a while. But basically, it was out of sight, out of mind, and it was a lot smaller scale. Now he's in the wide open. And he's doing essentially the same thing, and of course he's into the demo cars. So he did pull out a couple of demo cars the last month, but they're still...
How do we follow up on this stuff, Jeff?
Well,
It
yeah,
goes on forever.
I know.
that's a
Well,
point
it's not a-
I'd like to make.
Yep.
Can we get a full list
Yeah.
of
Send you
the
copies
people
of the
with
notices.
outstanding cases and what has been done.
Yeah, I mean, all we have to do is copy you the letters of the notices of
And that's,
violation.
I thought we had decided that, yeah, that we were gonna just, we weren't just gonna.
And they're
just,
ready
you
to
know,
go.
Yeah,
Follow up with it.
Yeah,
we're gonna follow up
go
on
hard
this
on
stuff.
it, then let it go slide. I mean, just
Well-
do it until people are in compliance. And we do understand there's a legal component to that.
So,
If it gets
there's
to that.
also, there's an ingredient we haven't brought up, is that Dave Atherton kind of took it over. When, remember, had the rat complaint?
Oh, yes.
Okay, so then he got involved, and he was pretty proactive, and that's one of the reasons why, like Therese, Ashley, got some compliance going. I mean, he was the one that probably told me that, you know, I'm
Yeah,
working
but
on it, back
She
off.
complied after he left here, Jeff.
He was
She
gone.
complied
Well,
last summer.
she's
He
not,
was gone
none
last
of them are in full compliance. It's as simple as that.
Well,
So again, I would like a full list
me too,
and where it is,
me too.
so
And consistency, we just need
then
consistency.
we're gonna go forward.
Yes.
Because years and years and years of no progress or very little progress or non-compliance is
Yeah.
gotta come to an end.
Right, and it's unacceptable when the vast majority of people are complying to just, you know,
Exactly.
so. Okay, so yeah, if you could please get us that, that'd
All
be
right,
awesome.
we'll have it out Friday.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Anything else on that before we move on? Okay. Well, I had added Caverly, but we already did that. So I guess approve orders.
Folks, may I be excused?
You
Yep,
may.
sure we are.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you, Jeff.
I could have done this by Zoom, by the way.
Well, you know, guess you could have. Anybody have any questions on the orders
It's always
for
good
Ann
to
sends
see
it
you.
around?
Oh, okay.
Do not.
Nice of you to
Awesome.
say. You went?
Awesome.
Hold on, I threw everything over.
That's okay. She did, you got a lot of stuff down there.
Well, I was trying to be prepared.
Yes,
you too.
Good night.
Good night, folks.
See you, Jeff.
All right,
Thank you.
Good night.
Take care.
that's the first.
Are you?
Yeah, I have been all day.
Wolf,
I don't know if she
Yeah,
said that
which
they're.
sucks, I love Lowell, but I think it's,
he doesn't love
I
you.
don't think
She
so.
don't like you.
Are you gonna
I
sign
just did
orders
some
now,
sheep
or are you
sitting
gonna
to
wait
it.
until after liquor board?
I'm sorry?
Are you gonna sign orders now or after liquor board?
We're just gonna sign them now.
Okay.
Get that part of the agenda. Done. And then I guess well, let's do one thing at a time, but, I wanna make sure also that the going into deliberative for the dog hearing we do properly, cause I'm a little unsure of that. Like, we wouldn't just do it as part of our regular executive, right? We'd have to go back
Well,
into the
gotta-
dog hearing.
You'll go back into the dog hearing.
Going
and
back
then-
into the dog hearing, we'll finish that up, then we'll go into executive, I
Okay.
presume, or vice versa, either way.
Okay.
Yeah, 'cause I got red.
Where's your dog, Richard?
Might be easier to go into executive because it's part of
You
this
just like
meeting
Tom.
than
just
going
like
to the
Tom.
dog hearing.
Hey!
Love you too. Wow.
He didn't even hear me, so it's all even better.
And I'm trying to make sure I grabbed everything.
That's
Yes, you signed that.
I gotta sign this one? No place to sign it.
What's that one?
This one.
You signed
You
it.
signed
all
it,
as
select board members, you just pick a spot and sign.
Thanks, everybody.
Did I send that?
Who needs lines, Tom? Who needs lines?
Yes.
Okay, I'm
I
paranoid,
don't
I'm
know.
sorry. It's been a day.
What's your deal?
Uh-huh.
Look what you're dealing with.
Just wanna make sure I'm looking at what I'm signing.
Oh, yeah.
Which is too late, 'cause I'd already signed it. That's the clear one.
Just saying that.
Uh-huh.
It's toasty in here.
It is,
There
and
was a
it,
lot of people. in
There was a lot of people in here. I was like, I could feel my ears getting hot.
I
face
probably
was
should have
hot.
turned
Oh, they
on
were,
the heat
your
earlier.
ears were glowing.
Were they?
Yes.
For
Hot.
a lot of reasons.
Yeah, it's a letter. This is
getting the angle down properly for you. I don't want you to have to, you know, do any extra work.
You're doing very well.
Moving the
Thanks.
papers.
Thanks for thinking.
Well, you know, we need a laugh here at some point.
All right, so let's recess, select board and open up as liquor board. We have one permit for Red Clover Ale Company, for,
It's happened
It
every day.
already happened.
yeah, it's retroactive.
We got the permit like 2 days before.
Yeah, no, that's fine. How did that go?
They actually raised more than their $10,000 goal for the food shelf.
Awesome.
I'm not exactly sure how many total. They had 50, I think it was 52 people that played that day.
That's
Cool.
great.
In the snow and the
It
cold.
was cold. Yeah.
And they had an awesome time, and they had a great event, they loved it.
Cool.
But yeah, it was over 10,000.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor, say aye.
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 We got something to do, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I have a question while we're under liquor board, because there's confusion on if you guys have to do tobacco licenses or not.
If we
Yes,
have
we
to?
do.
Yes, they fall
Yes,
under
we
the,
Okay,
DLC.
because I know at one point it was like
We always-
unclear.
Oh,
It's alcohol, tobacco, and ATF,
yep,
they're
Yeah,
together.
cheers.
no, it's only the stores,
yeah, it's just the stores.
no vending machines.
I just wanted to clarify, because there was a question
we
on
get
that.
it.
I'll have to
Perfectly
clarify.
aimed
Oh my God.
There you go.
Jesus.
Can I hold my hand?
Move it ahead a little bit.
Can you hold my hand for me?
I'm sorry, guys, I don't really have to go to the bathroom here.
I'm gonna slow down a little bit. Oh, kidding.
All right, let's come out of liquor board, open back up as select board, and, I will take a motion, unless there's anything else, I'll take a motion to go into executive session in accordance with 1 VSA 313A, where premature general public knowledge would clearly place the municipality or person involved at a substantial disadvantage to discuss the appointment, employment, or evaluation of a public officer or employee, provided that a public body must make the final hiring or appointment decision and explain its reasons for the decision in open meeting 1 VSA 313A3 to include the town manager.
Move in.
Thank you.
So moved. Second.
All in favor, say
Aye.
aye. Aye.